Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, Strike7Sports.com. And today I just want to talk about what has been transpiring with the Memphis Tigers football program. You know, they're on a three-game losing streak after starting off the season 4-1. You won 4 games at home. Well, you won 4 games day back to the on the road victory against Navy. You had the big game against the Houston Cougars on a Friday night. Blew a 19-point lead. You fell short to Houston, who was the projected to be the conference favorite. Look like it's that is going an entirely different way. Now that Tulane has got the upper hand, you lose against the East Carolina Pirates. Sad 17-point lead. Lose again yesterday against the Tulane Green Waves, who you've had issues with on the road for a while. You lose down in Yeoman by a score of 38-21, I believe. Um, the Green Wave came out, had a 35-point lead going into the half, and Memphis made a game out of it. Memphis came back swinging in that second half. People, calling for Ryan Silverfield's head. I've seen some tweets, from some well-known people in the media that I know about, saying that he won't be here by the he won't make it during the open week, which is NFL they call it a bye week, but he's still a head coach. And today I just want to talk about the current state of affairs with this program, and just from my observation, what's going on with it, and how these issues could be addressed in the future. Number one, man, with Ryan Silverfield, he has to figure out, him along in his coaching staff. They got to figure out why they continue to blow leads in games. They blew on. Has been going on dating back to 2021. You had a lead against UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio. Against them, you blew that lead. You had a lead against Temple in 2021 last year. You blew that lead, lost. This year, you had a 19-point lead on the Houston Cougars. Had them right where you wanted them, at home Friday night, and you blew that lead. Following week against East Carolina, a game that I thought Memphis would have bounced back and win. 17-point lead. They blew that lead. Went to overtime, lost 47-45, I believe. And yesterday, you just came out flat in the first two quarters of the game. And when you tried to come back, make it interesting, it was just Houston just had that, not Houston, but Tulane just had that powerful running game that Memphis just could not stop. They have to get that figured out of why this team cannot maintain leads. They got to get that figured out. Also, another issue is the road issue, the issues of not playing well on the road. I think Steelfield is now 3-10 on the road, 3-10 or 4-10 on the road ever since he became the head coach in 2020. That's crazy right there. You gotta figure out a way to win games on the road, games that you should win. That against teams that you're dominant, you are better than. You know, with Memphis, man, based on what I've seen, is that they could beat these teams this year. They've shown me that they can win these football games. They just gotta maintain what they're doing and close it out. And that's a reason why we'll get into that in just a second. But there's a reason why this is happening. Um, you know, the running attack is not where it was previous years. It hasn't had. I don't think that they ever had a 100-yard rusher since last year, if I'm not mistaken. None of these backs are gonna go for is gonna go for over 1,000 yards this year. None of them. Um, and that's the issue. That's mainly because the offensive line has not been what it was a few years ago. Guys are not, blocking properly. Guys are not opening up holes, opening up lanes for guys to run and be successful. That's the issue right now. Um, it just it's just unfortunate, and I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if that gets resolved this year. You know, um, and another thing I just keep hearing about Coach is that he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's real friendly and all that other stuff. That's great. That's from based on my encounters with him. I think he is a nice guy. He is a great guy to be around. He's a great guy great to be the head coach of Memphis. But what else? What is he known for on the football field? What type of coach is he? What type of team he's trying to present to the fan base? You know, because I think, in my opinion, Ryan Mike Norvell was a nice guy. Based on my interaction with him, he was a nice guy, but he had a high-powered offense that won a lot of football games for Memphis. And now, you got to figure Silverfield has to figure out what type of brand of football that he wants to present to this fan base. To keep this going, because this one, based on what I'm seeing, is that he's trying to incorporate some type of smash mouth style football, more lean. He leans more heavily on the conservative side compared to Mike Norvell. And when your offensive line is not, adequate to do that, it's gonna suffer. The running game is gonna suffer. And Memphis has had years of having really good running backs, explosive running backs. They haven't had that since Kenny Gainwell, Darrell Henderson, Patrick Taylor, those type of players. You got to back in Asa Martin and Jalen Tucker, but you don't get them. They don't get enough carries, in my opinion. And I think Asa Martin could be an all-purpose back if you present those opportunities to him, because he's a back that has shown that he can get it out. He can catch passes out of the backfield, make plays. He can make plays, as a running back. So that's just an issue right there in itself. Wide receivers, they lacking. Players are there from to be productive, but they have issues getting separation. They have issues getting separation from from defensive backs and make plays. And one-on-one matchups, they're just not winning them right now, man. They have issues winning those one-on-one matchups. You know, but for the most part, man, I know people, calling for Silverfield's head, calling for him to get fired. I don't think it's gonna happen right now. I don't think it's gonna happen. The next these next couple of games are gonna determine that. You come out against UCF, tough game. They haven't put out a time yet for when it's gonna be shown, but we're gonna start playing the start time for that game. But you got them at home, homecoming game. Um, you know, can you win that game? Can you recover during your bye week, regroup, figure out what's wrong, see if you can fix some of these issues, just miscues with the special teams, guys, dropping passes, starting off slow. Can you fix that during this open week and prepare for UCF? Can you fix that? And if you lose this game, that drops you to 4-5. And then it's the Thursday game against Temple is your must win game. I think that's the game he's gonna be coaching for his job against the Temple, not Temple. I apologize. Tulsa against Tulsa, the game that you'll be coaching for your job, and possibly the coach for Tulsa could be coaching for his job. So that's an important game. If he loses that game against Tulsa, that's a team that's not. I don't know if they're really that good right now, but if he loses that game, then you may hear about him getting let go. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think, in my opinion, I think he's gonna be fine. I think he'll yeah, Tulsa just they beat it hold on, real quick. I'm not sure if they beat Temple yesterday. Yeah, they beat Temple yesterday, so they 3-4. So you may be playing that team. They're gonna be in the hunt for a bowl game as well. You know, and if he loses that game, they may call for his head to be fired. I don't think he's gonna get fired. I think he's gonna beat Tulsa. I think they can beat Tulsa. I think they can beat SMU. SMU is clearly not where they were a year ago or a few years ago. And I know they're going to beat North Alabama, so that's just easy work. And I think they finish out the season 75, and he's going to have to make some changes, man, to this the way this that team is ran in regards to the special teams. The whole line needs to get rebuilt, and the defense has to get. They need to fix the defense. That's been an issue for Memphis for years, man. Well, the problem is for Memphis is this, man. In the AAC, just based off my observation, you need to have a team in the American needs to have a high-powered offense, and a defense that can get off the field on third downs, not stay on it and continue drives, extend drives. Because with Memphis, the way they've been losing games and where offense has been, allowed to put up so many points on them is by the short to intermediate passing game. The wide receivers line up in the slot, making plays. The tight ends as well. You know, against Houston, when Houston mounted their comeback, it was a lot of nickel and dime plays. 5 yards here, 10 yards there, all the way to the end zone, touchdown. Same, it happened the same. It happened in the ECU game as well. Quarterback dropping back, nickel and dime plays, pass to the running back, pass to their wide receivers, tight ends. They get into the red zone, touchdown. Memphis red zone defense is just not good. It's just not good. And it happened yesterday against Tulane. Tulane ran the football on them. You know, 5, 10 yard passes. They were successful completing those. And in the red zone, they just went ahead. Every touchdown Tulane got yesterday was in the red zone, deep in Memphis territory in the red zone. Touchdowns. That's the problem right now with Memphis. He has to get that figured out. Figure out a way to get that defense to be more opportunistic and get takeaways. That takeaway part, they got that figured out. But the overall defense as a whole, they need to get that addressed. They don't have to be a Georgia Bulldog defense. You don't have to turn them into that. You don't have to turn them into an Alabama defense where an opponent don't cross the 20-yard line. Nah, we don't need that. It's not what I'm talking about. You just need a defense that can get off the field on third down and that can force turnovers, that can play to the advantage of your offense, that could cater to what this offense wants to do. Give them a short field to work with and where they can put up points. That's what kind of defense Memphis needs. A defense that can stay up, that can get off the field on third down and make plays. Because that's the problem with Memphis. They're good on first down, second down, but on third down, I already know where the quarterback is going. Over the middle to a tight end or a wide receiver in the slot, first down. That's where Memphis is having its issues at right now. That's going on right now, this program. And that needs to get addressed during this offseason, man. I think the OC they have right now, Tim Cramsey, I think he's not too bad. I think Matt Barnes is not too bad, but they got to make some changes to where the defense is ran. And hopefully, man, they say this is the he had a top two, the two of the best recruiting classes that he has in the program's history. We'll see, but they got to get that figured out, man. How to close how to close out games, how to be successful on the road. That's been the issues for right there for Memphis and the defense, because the defense has gotten terrible ever since the Houston game. It's gotten terrible, and they've shown that they can make stops in games. But the issue is they've just been the offense has just let them down. That's not a defense to where that's not the type of defense to where they can play. They can survive in low scoring games without some type of help from the offense. Not with this program. The offense has to help them out with some type of productivity. And when you got, I like said Heineken as a runner in his offense. It's not good because it shows that this O line is not maintained. It's not really good, and the running game has just been suffering as well. So hopefully that can get figured out, man. But I think overall, Silverfield is gonna save his job. I think for the most part. I think the offseason he's gonna have to make some changes to this team, the way this team is constructed. Because if not, if he doesn't do that, it'll be more of the same story that we have seen this year and the previous years before that. If things don't get addressed, he has to figure out a way to win games on the road, address issues within the defense, um, how to close out games, figure out the issues on the offense, rebuild the offensive line. That's what he's going to have to do for this program to be successful going forward, especially in I would say, a wide open AAC next year. But I think teams like Tulane could give the Tigers a run next year because they've been, building up as well. And they believe that they have the personnel to win at the new AAC, a new American Conference next season. So we'll see how everything plays out. But Memphis will be going into a bye week, and the following Saturday, they'll be playing against UCF at a homecoming game, and that game usually have a lot of fireworks in it. So we'll see how everything plays out. UCF is coming off a loss. Memphis coming off a loss, and both teams will be desperate for a win to stay in contention for a bowl game. And Memphis just all you need now is 6 wins to get into a bowl. Memphis has 4. They need 2 to get back into it. So I think those 2. I think they'll win 3 of their final 3 games. Minus the UCF game. I'm not sure. I'm not confident they can win that game because I think East Carolina might be better than what we think. So we'll see. All right, that's all we have for y'all for right now. Give us a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let us know how you feel about the current state of the Memphis Tigers football program, and how you feel about it going forward. Also, description box below. Check out strike7sports.com for latest content on the Memphis Tigers, the NBA, New Orleans Saints football, and much more. Soon we'll be having the Memphis Tigers men's basketball team 2022-2023 season preview. That'll be coming up live on the site soon on strike7sports.com. Please subscribe to the channel and have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.